But there is a 3-amino acid bioregulator that almost nobody knows, that goes so far beyond BPC157, it seems to break fundamental rules of human biology. In the anti-aging research world, IGF-1 is one of the most pursued targets available. It drives cell proliferation, it accelerates collagen synthesis, it signals tissue repair throughout the body. Before we continue, if you want the most powerful and accurate science for your health and biology, we share a ton of free content on our YouTube channel. Our work is backed by over 1,200 scientific citations, which we believe is more than any other biohacking brand on Earth, as well as our own independent lab research. So if you want the truth about peptides and what actually works as this space evolves, not just what's trending on social media, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the latest, most up-to-date information. If you've spent any time in the peptide or biohacking space, you know BPC157. It's everywhere. Forums, podcasts, stacks, YouTube videos. It gets talked about constantly for joint repair, tissue healing, and gut protection. And it does earn that reputation. But there is a 3-amino acid bioregulator that almost nobody knows, that goes so far beyond BPC157, it seems to break fundamental rules of human biology. In the anti-aging research world, IGF-1 is one of the most pursued targets available. It drives cell proliferation, it accelerates collagen synthesis, it signals tissue repair throughout the body. Athletes want it. People who are into anti-aging want it. Longevity researchers have studied it obsessively, but there has always been a major problem with raising IGF-1 systemically. When IGF-1 goes up, sirtuin-6 goes down. And sirtuin-6 is not a secondary concern here. It is one of the most critical longevity regulators that your body has. It governs stem cell health. It maintains genomic stability. And sirtuin-6 deficiency is directly associated with accelerated aging and impaired tissue repair. So the accepted trade-off has always been this: push hard on IGF-1 and you get the regenerative benefits. But then you suppress some of your longevity pathways. You potentially increase insulin resistance if you increased IGF-1 through the use of human growth hormone, and you carry real tumor risk. That is why systemic IGF-1 elevation has never been considered a clean strategy. The biology demands a price, but Cartalax refuses to pay it. This is a synthetic tripeptide, 3 amino acids, alanine, glutamic acid, and aspartic acid, and it raises IGF-1 locally, interstitially, directly inside the damaged joint tissue, more profoundly than any other peptide in the entire Khavinson's catalog. Although one does come close, that being Vilon. And while simultaneously upregulating sirtuin-6. I noticed this was a rare biological loophole because there's not usually a compound capable of stimulating both pathways simultaneously, with the potential to actually reverse the trajectory of cellular aging, not just slow it down. But the paradox is only part of the story, because Cartalax is also producing clinical results in actual human patients that most people in chronic pain have been told are simply not possible. In trials with middle-aged and elderly patients suffering from knee osteoarthritis, 70% reported significant relief from joint pain and mobility loss. Over half of those with spinal osteochondrosis experienced meaningful improvement without the use of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, without the gastrointestinal damage that comes with them, without the cardiovascular risk that comes with them. Because Cartalax is not masking pain in the way that anti-inflammatory drugs do. It is targeting the actual biological mechanism driving chronic joint pain, the inflammatory cytokines, TNF-alpha and interleukin-6, that amplify nerve sensitivity in the surrounding tissue and turn what should be a manageable structural issue into constant daily suffering. And there is one more finding from the Cartalax research that I genuinely did not see coming. And that tells you something important about what this class of peptides is actually capable of. A cartilage peptide was tested against kidney damage induced by one of the most toxic chemotherapy drugs in existence, and it outperformed epitalin, which is the most celebrated longevity peptide in the Khavinson's catalog, in kidney protection. We'll get into why that makes complete mechanistic sense in just a moment. But you should know that this video is part of a complete playlist covering all 44 of Khavinson's hidden bioregulators. The free Bioregulator resource kit and full playlist are linked below. Spread the magic, move the world. Now, Cartalax was shown to help the kidneys recover in a preclinical cisplatin-induced kidney injury. Due to the fact that Cartalax is able to improve IGF-1 signaling in tissues, and that IGF-1 is beneficial for kidney recovery, it makes sense that it could help in that context. But this is also where you need to think properly about what you're looking at, because kidney damage, joint degeneration, chronic pain, they're not single variable problems. Kidney decline could be driven by toxicity, autoimmune diseases, paraneoplastic syndromes, which is with cancers, chronic inflammation, metabolic dysfunction, or a combination of all of them. And this is exactly where the precision cell method needs to come in. Because instead of seeing kidney damage and immediately thinking, take a kidney peptide or take Cartalax, you step back and ask, why is the tissue failing in the first place? What is driving the damage? What systems are involved? What layers need to be corrected? Only then do you decide where something like Cartalax fits, because what Cartalax is doing is influencing one layer of the system, the local tissue signaling environment related to repair and regeneration, including of the kidneys. But if the underlying driver is still active, if inflammation is out of control, if the immune system is dysregulated, if toxic exposure is still ongoing, then no single bioregulator is going to override that. So this isn't about finding a peptide that fixes the kidneys or fixes the joints. Even joint problems in and of themselves can be related to so many different problems, including even certain types of diseases that are not even autoimmune. But what you need to understand is where each intervention fits within a much larger biological picture. And when Cartalax is used in the right context, with the right underlying factors also being addressed simultaneously, that's when those outcomes start to make really good sense. Now, regarding the human trials on Cartalax in the context of osteoarthritis of the knee and osteochondrosis of the spine, Cartalax was dosed at 2 to 3 capsules 2 to 3 times per day. Now, each capsule was 100 micrograms. Most people don't get good results because they take a far too low of dose. And that's why we always make sure to cover our dosing info accurately. Now, some of you may be wondering, what is the injection dose for Cartalax? I would love to tell you this, but I like to base what I say off of real clinical data, and there simply has not been a human study that has investigated Cartalax for injection use. Now, I could make a broad statement based on the broad literature on Khavinson's peptides and how they are typically dosed. But there are some exceptions to that, with a few peptides that work within a more narrow dosage range, such as cortigen, pancreatin, and a couple of others. But if you were to inject it, theoretically, I would say that anywhere from 0.01 milligrams per kilogram to 0.1 milligrams per kilogram could be acceptable. This video is part of the first full playlist ever made about 44 of Khavinson's hidden bioregulators. I've read thousands of scientific papers and over 50 years worth of research, most of it buried in obscure Russian journals the Western world never translated. Even billionaire-funded longevity labs are only just now finding out the breakthroughs that Khavinson proved decades ago. At the Peptide Science Institute, we're bringing Khavinson's research to the West and showing the world the incredible transformations bioregulators, bioaugmenters, and our precision cell method can create. If you know anyone who would be interested in the power of these hidden bioregulators, share this playlist with them. Spread the magic, move the world. And as a thank you, we'll send you the magic of Khavinson's hidden bioregulators for free. Link in the description. Now, if you'd like to learn more about Cartalax, including subcutaneous injection doses, you can get our book, Peptide Salvation. The link is in the description. This has been Brennan Henry, one of the founders at the Peptide Science Institute, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.